Hello and welcome to another online class with Shiro Kashi Aikido. Today we'll continue looking at the Jo Suburi, working from 14 to 18, looking at the Hasso no Bu. Hasso Gaeshi Uchi is the first Jo Suburi in the series. Each of the 5 moves starts with the same Hasso movement, a block, a turn and a raise. And we're going to look at that now in more detail. As I step forward with my back foot, I slide the Jo so that my right hand goes to the middle of the Jo. You can see it here balanced. My other hand hides behind the Jo and provides support to make the block. I draw the Jo through and block stepping forward. I make sure my elbow isn't too high. This is much too high here. So I drop my elbow, keep my elbow low and use my palm of my hand on the Jo to make the block. I slide my hand down the Jo to stroke the Jo into a circular rotational movement. And as the Jo rotates into the high position, I slide back, adjusting my posture. To complete the first Suburi, I make Uchi cut. As I make the Hasso, I push the Jo vertical and high. Even though the Jo goes high, my weight is low. I'm dropping my center so I become grounded before making the strike. The Jo goes high, but I drop my center. With the Hasso, there are 3 different ways of moving the feet. The first way is to bring the feet together and then take a big step back and slide to adjust the feet. So with the Hasso, with the Jo, we step forward as we block, slide back as we raise. However, you can also make a step forward movement instead. So the back foot goes forward as we make the block, and then we draw off and draw the front foot back. So here it was with the Jo, stepping forward into the block and then drawing back. Likewise, if you're with a partner and they're attacking very strong and deep, you can actually step back and make the same block. So we open the foot, slide back and draw the foot across. And with the Jo, take the big step back, make it into the Hasso. My preferred is to bring the feet together, have a nice tight drop in the center before making the strike. And this is the most common way you see it done. Hasso Gaeshi Ski starts with the same Hasso movement we've just been practicing. However, this time, from the high position, rather than make a strike, we make a thrust to the front before drawing the Jo back into Hasso. So let's look at this from the point where we've completed the Hasso. We have to turn the right hand grip over so we can draw the Jo down the body to reach the end and then make a forward thrust. So the right hand changes the grip, draw the Jo down the body till you're holding the end, step forward and thrust, and then you draw the Jo back round in a rotational movement back into Hasso. So we can see the Jo going down the body, making the thrust, and then watch here, we draw the Jo back so we can make a pendulum swing back into Hasso. Note the difference in the height between the Hasso. Here the hands are high, but after the ski has been made and returned, the hand tucks into the shoulder to a lower position here. So the hands go high, but then they're tucking tight there, and the Jo is vertical at the end. You're trying to make your move as smooth and flowing as you can. This tying together the movement of the Jo and the body. Hasso Gaeshi Ushiro ski changes the attack from a front thrust to a rear thrust, but starts with the same Hasso movement. We have an additional rotation here, and then a Shiro ski to finish the move. So looking at the hand change for the Ushiro ski, Joe goes high, the right hand turns over, and the Joe goes over into a horizontal position, and your left hand slides to the end to allow you to reach and make the ski. So right hand turns over, the arm drops, your left hand slides along the Joe to the end before you make the ski. So here we'll see it more clearly. The hand drops down the body, the hand slides to the end, you turn, look before you make the thrust. The fourth move in the series, Hasso Gaeshi Ushiro Uchi, is another strike to the rear. Same Hasso movement at the start, and then we turn and strike down at knee height behind us. From this angle, we can see that once the Hasso is completed, we lean into the left leg, push the left arm out, and look underneath the right armpit before striking at a slight angle. So the left arm goes out, we lean into the left foot, and we look underneath the armpit, leaning into that left foot, so the weight's in the left foot, the right foot is light, and we strike down from the top of the head, but because the body is at an angle, the strike also has to be at the same angle. So we'll see it here, it's over the head, as we strike, it follows the angle of the body down. Then we can smooth out the edges and make it one continual movement. You must think high here, keep the Joe really high as you make the end of the Hasso into the start of the Uchi. And you finish, you're pointing your right foot, you're pointing your toes as you would with any other cut with a Joe or a Ken. The final move in this series is Hasso Gaeshi Ushiro Barai. And this time we have a Barai movement, or a sweeping movement, to the rear. So as I make the strike, I step back with a full 10 count or turn. So let's look at the load up for the Barai. Once the Hasso is completed, we turn the body, let the Joe fall behind us into almost a baseball bat position, before making a sweeping strike. So Joe falls behind us, and it's a very flat strike, reaching out with both hands to get as far as you can. End of the movement, you turn your hands over this way. Hopefully you'll see it again on this move here now. I'm going to turn, and as I finish the strike, I rotate my thumbs underneath the Joe, so my arm is turned this manner. So that's the end of this online class. I hope you found it instructive, and I look forward to seeing you on the next session.